Hello and welcome to a Blaseball Statistical History, a look at the Dallas Stakes' development across the discipline era. We meet the Dallas Stakes in Season 1 with their slogan, "Well done." There are a few strong hitters, but the rotation has a gaping hole in it. The Stakes start the era strong, coming top of their division and joint fourth in the league. They qualify for the postseason, where they are knocked out in round 1 by the Firefighters. In the election, they win a blessing, maxing out Jessica Telephone's hitting stats, but she is then stolen by the Pies. Losing their strongest hitter doesn't damage the Stakes, as they perform even better in Season 2, coming top of the league. But in the postseason, they are eliminated in round 1 by the Shoe Thieves. They also have to face 2 incinerations, as they lose Lars Mendoza and Z De La Cruz. These events leave the team looking weaker. But not weak enough to do badly, as they still come 5th overall, although they do leave the postseason in round 1 again, this time because of the Millennials. Another incineration sees Klein Greenlemon replace Langley Wheeler, before Marco Stink has a yummy peanut reaction. A slight improvement for the lineup following Season 3. And they prove it, by performing better but also holding their place in the league. They follow Season 3's pattern in the postseason, leaving in round 1 due to the Millennials. A feedback swap sends Thomas Kirby to the Firefighters in exchange for Paula Mason, and another incineration sees Combs Estes take the place of Stevenson Monstera. The alternate decree decimates the opening of the rotation, but does give a slight benefit to the lineup. The Stakes suffer for it in Season 5, as they slip down to joint 9th in the league. They qualify for the postseason on divine favour, but promptly leave it in round 1 at the hands of the Lovers. They have their lineup reverbed and make some changes in the election, as their worst hitter and worst pitcher swap positions, and they add the best hitting pitcher in the league to their lineup. Then they move into the mild high division. The lineup is now more even, and the reverb has put more power towards the start, but the rotation is still weak and gappy. The changes don't help, as the Stakes see their weakest season yet, finishing at joint 11th and missing the postseason for the first time. There is good news, as they have 2 positive blood rains, and in the election boost their most idolised player 25% and randomise their least idolised player. This gives improvement to the opening of both lineup and rotation. Strong openers are not enough, however, for the Stakes, as they slip further to joint 13th and sit 4th in their division. The bad news continues, as 5 of their players become unstable, and 1 results in the incineration of Sebastian Telephone. The 2 positive blood rains of last season are reversed this season, but there are 3 party time boosts to be had before the Fridays inflict shame on the team. The rotation is a little stronger, but the loss of Telephone from the lineup is an issue. Season 8 is an improvement, as the Stakes, while still only coming 3rd in their division, are back up to joint 4th in the league. Heading back into the postseason to continue their tradition of leaving in round 1, this time against the Tigers. One of the team becomes flickering, and they are one of 2 feedback swaps, which sends Summers Pony to the Pies for Ray Spliff, and Paula Mason to the Garages for Alison Abbott. There are also 2 positive blood rains. The lineup is a little weaker, but the rotation continues to grow its strength. The Stakes finish 8th in the league, but do not make the postseason. There are more changes, as Gabriel Griffith heads to the Fridays and sends back Six-Pack Dog Walker. Rice Spliff experiences repeating, and Ronan Jaley has a negative blood rain, before also having a yummy peanut reaction, whilst Gallop Crueler has a negative one. There are 2 party time boosts, but in the election, the team's most idolised player is incinerated, and the Crabs and Flowers inflict 5th base and shame. Peanuts have left the 2nd spot in the lineup very weak, and the rotation has taken some damage too, but the team do gain Fire Eater, Siphon and Friend of Crows modifications for August Sky, Corey Ross and Leach Herman. Season 10 is tough for the Stakes, as they finish bottom of their division and joint 15th overall. They just about have more positive than negative blood rains, but good news comes from party time, as the stakes have 13 parties. They also gain Patel Beyonce as a result of the Shelled One's defeat. Patel's addition to the lineup is good news for the team. And the stakes finished the era in a rather more respectable 9th place, moving up to 2nd in their division. Sadly, they lost to the wildcard Magic in the wildcard round of the postseason. Keeping things even, the stakes saw Black Hole and Sun 2 activate once more for their opponents than for them, and in the election, they were awarded the Emperor as their arcana. In the discipline era, the stakes faced 5 incinerations, 4 feedbacks, and 1 reverb. None of their players were shelled, so they didn't lose any to the pods, but they did gain a player. Yummy peanut reactions outweighed allergic, and the team got 18 party time boosts and saw more positive than negative blood rains. They played in 7 postseasons, which alongside the Garages is the highest of any team to not have won a championship. Across the elections, they won 7 blessings, benefited from 1, and were affected by 4 more. The lineup has some serious power in it, but with a weak second position and more gaps further through, it could forecast trouble, as the rotation also remains uneven and underpowered. Thank you for joining me for another Blaxplanation. I'll be back with more Blaseball fun and facts soon, but until then, rejoice, play ball.